And now it's time for another edition of the 12th Man Fan Jam. With your host, the Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, thank you, Magic Voice. This is the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church Seahawk Positivity, and welcome one and all to episode 317, the Cards Part 1 edition of your 12th Man Fan Jam show, the show made up of Seahawk fans from around the world just like you, talking about your Seattle Seahawks. Over the next few moments we share together, we hope that you are entertained as we discuss your Seattle Seahawks as they prepare to take on the Arizona Cardinals. So sit back, relax, grab a desired beverage or a scent of your choice, and remember, better dead than red! As is the usual with every show, I am joined by the 12th Man Fan Jam Posse, a ragtag group of diehard Seahawk fans just like you from around the world. First, my partner in crime, the yin to my yang, from merry old England, please welcome Matt. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Wonderful. Oh, no
good news, no bad news. I'm just absolutely fine. Thanks,
well, all right. That's fantastic. Also, someone we hope is fantastic is also from the state of Washington, our very own news hound. His 12th Man editorials can be found on SeahawkSal.com. You know him as Shadowhawk, and we know him as Will. Hi, Will.
Moses, how are you?
Wonderful. And yourself?
Well, I'm ready for some football, I can tell you that.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, all my righty friends.
Are you right? Friends are coming over? Yeah. They're going to be drunk like Hank Williams Jr. or not?
Distinct possibility.
Distinct possibility. Please welcome also the posse from the state of Washington, known as X-Ray Hawk. We call him Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hey, guys. Happy Friday, the 13th.
Yeah, how was your week? Oh, Friday the 13th. Very true. How was your week?
Mm-hmm. It was a good week. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
All right. Go Hawks. Good night, everybody. On this show. No.
He's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks.
Because we get the deep stories. And finally, our man from the Hotel California behind enemy lines and surrounded by 49ers everywhere. Please welcome Statsman Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hey, everybody. Yes, I am. I've been surrounded by drones out here behind enemy lines. Steven Drones.
Steven Drones. Very sad.
I think that's his first name. I don't know. But
well, you know, I'm very upset at the 49ers because I'm rather pissed at the 49ers right now because they put in Blaine Gabbert, and if you listen to last week's episode, we had a lot of fun making fun of Blaine Gabbert. And we had all this stuff set up because we knew that Blaine was going to lose. We had songs written. We had parodies made. Deals were made. Handshakes were made. Money exchanged hands. And then that son of a gun went out and won the game for the 49ers and threw everything in the toilet. So, sadly...
Well, I was going to say, with a little help from our old friend Dan Quinn.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, this week, sadly, we can't play the Blaine game. I'm sorry.
But on the bright side, Mark didn't have to service any 49ers fans, so that was good.
No. But however, Ducky still loves the name Blaine. Ducky, your thoughts on Blaine?
His name is Blaine? Oh, that's a major appliance. That's not a name.
Thank you, Ducky. All right. Well, let's get to this. Enough blaming people. For those who have listened before, thank you for joining us again. And for those who are listening for the first time, don't worry. We will be gentle, but be careful. Des Bryant may go off at any second. The show is run just like a real NFL football game. We have 4 quarters and even a halftime. In the first quarter, Will share news from the NFL. Following a 60-second rant by Matt, the second quarter, we'll take a quick look at the next 8 games for the Seahawks coming up. At halftime, it is, again, the best Seahawk-themed play-along trivia game on the internet, 12th Man Fan Jam halftime trivia, and then following a special top 3 and a separate menu from me. Quarter 3 will be Drink of the Week, injury, stats, and lines for the Cardinals game, and then we gather all that information together, and in quarter 4, we make our predictions, our prognostications, and the game balls for this upcoming Saturday night game on national television between your Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. But before we start, we'd like you to please like, share, subscribe on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Contact us on this thread or the comment sections of this video for feedback. or email us at 12thmanfanjamshow@gmail.com. Tell us what you think. Please join our Facebook group, 12th Man Fan Jam Show. We have lots of fun discussion there. We also have a game thread on there during Seahawk games. It's a lot of fun. Also on Twitter at Seahawk Positivity. Let us know your thoughts there. And now, let us go on to the first quarter in news. Yes, news from around the NFL while you were out resting up for the second half of the season. Here is our 12th Man Fan Jam News Hound, Shadow Hawk, with the news. Brought to you by our sponsor, the Carson Palmer doll, detachable knee joints included. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, as most of you know, the NFL last night on the Thursday night game between the Jets and the Bills debuted their new color rush scheme, basically trying to make both teams look as garish as humanly possible. And what a shock. It really did not go over very well. The endless stream of Christmas jokes on social media were bad enough, but for the 8% of men and 1% of women who suffer from red-green color blindness, including former Seahawk and Seattle radio host Brock Heward, which I did not know.
I did not know.
This was kind of a hard game to watch. Sprint actually put up a video simulating what the game would look like to people who are red-green colorblind. Should be able to find it.
Yes.
I watched it last night, and yeah, that you could not tell the difference between from one team to another. So
No.
The league has already said, okay, this is not going to happen again. Unfortunately, their color rush scheme is going to happen again starting next week when the Titans don their light blue jammies to play the Jaguars, who are going to be in bold gold uniforms.
And you didn't catch that.
Google
the
them if
Jaguars
you
are going to be
dare.
in all gold. Yes. Oh, my God.
It's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like Goldmember, like the villain that Goldmember when he came during the Golden Gate.
Gold.
He's going to be very happy. Well, actually, someone who wasn't happy about that, real quick. I happen to have audio from this very important person from the NFL named Mr. Goodell, and when he turned on the TV and he saw what the uniforms looked like, this is what a commissioner said. This is actual audio from his living room as he turned on the game.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's pretty much it. So,
Yeah.
that was,
When I saw it, I thought
that
it
was
looked
not
like
pleased.
two Crayola crayons playing each other is what it looked like to me.
It did. It did. It was hideous beyond repair. I couldn't watch it. But somebody kept saying what was worse, the uniforms of the game, because they both sucked. But that red and green thing.
I'd have a hard time deciding, actually.
Yeah, it was bad. I couldn't watch much of it. It was hurting my eyes and my head at the same time. So I just turned the thing off. But yeah, this is going to happen every Thursday night. Will, is that what you're telling us?
8 teams have volunteered to do it on Thursday night games this year, not including the Thanksgiving Day game, from what I understand. There's talk, though, that if it goes into next year, every team in the league will be doing it for their Thursday night game, including Seattle. So pray this dies a quick and unlamented death.
What is the point? What is the point of it? That's the bit I don't understand. Is
Jersey sales, because you know they're going to sell them.
Yeah.
Who's going to want to wear that?
I don't know. People wanted to buy those neon green jerseys for the Hawks. I thought were ugly. So
True.
You never
I
know.
didn't buy one
In
of them
my
either.
defense, I was inebriated at the time.
Remember, Will did buy one. That's correct.
You got the Hushmanzada one too, didn't you?
Hooch.
Well, if you're going to make a bad decision, you might as well go all in.
Yes.
Plus, I came with the free watch. So
So the NFL doesn't care
True.
about anyone. The NFL doesn't care about anyone that's colorblind. So, all right. Nice insensitivity by the NFL. We'll move on. Will, what else you got?
Well, Moses, I've been thinking for a couple weeks now that overall this is just one weird-ass season. And this next story does not disabuse me of that notion. A Raiders player getting into trouble with the law in and of itself is not all that strange. But what he did is a little strange.
Oh, dear.
During Sunday's game between Oakland and Pittsburgh, Raider linebacker Ray Armstrong did, quote, lifted his shirt, pounded on his chest, and began barking at a police dog as he was heading toward the field for the game. Because of this, Ray Armstrong could be facing charges because taunting a police dog is a third-degree felony in Pennsylvania.
Wow!
Allegheny County Chief Deputy Kevin Krause was scheduled to meet with Armstrong on Tuesday and to meet with prosecutors regarding the possibility of filing charges against him.
Wow.
Raiders coach Jack Del Rio said, quote, "I'm going to put this story in the, quote, silly category."
You think?
Yeah, that is crazy. That sounds like something straight out of The Onion. That's what that sounds like.
It does. Ray going to do some time, sounds like.
You know,
I just want to know.
Ray shouldn't bark, I guess.
I just want to know what the victim support was for the dog. You know, whether it had to sit there and can you show us on the dolly? Where did he touch you? Where did he?
There you go.
Already hurt
How
you.
did he upset you?
Well, they brought in a dog whisperer, but unfortunately it was Michael Vick. So
Right.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go.
Oh!
Ouch.
Shoots, he scores.
My goodness. Oh my God. So poor Ray. Well, first off, the poor guy's, he was so bad they named him twice, Ray. That's a shame right there. But Ray going to do some time for barking at a dog. Who knew? Who knew that was a third-degree felony? But oh my gosh, Mark, have you ever barked at a police dog?
No, well, not that I recall, but yeah, Ray, a name so nice the dog barked it twice. Right?
Oh, there he is.
Boo.
Now he's on
nice.
form.
I knew he was somewhere. I knew he was going to show
I
up.
give
earlier.
that one 2 groans up.
Yes, nice. Oh my God.
I is, we be, they was, so beautiful.
Well, poor Ray. We'll wish him the best. Please don't bark at any more dogs. Will, is your next article fan friendly and dog friendly, or is it more cruelty against animals?
Well, actually, it's kind of switching gears a little bit. As most NFL fans know, there are 3 teams right now that are desperate to get back to LA. Actually get back to LA works because they've all been there at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers, the Raiders, and the Rams. The Rams want to build a stadium in Inglewood, California, and the Chargers and Raiders have talking about sharing a stadium in Carson, California. Well, the Carson project got a big boost today by retaining Roger Iger, I think it's Iger, roll with that, chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company. He issued a statement on Wednesday saying that he would begin working on the project, quote, only if the NFL approves the Carson site as the new home of the NFL in Los Angeles. So what's making this interesting is that Iger will have an option to acquire a minority, non-controlling equity ownership interest in either the Raiders or the Chargers. And what makes this key is because the mood among owners previously was that the Raiders should stay in Oakland unless Mark Davis sells the team or involves a partner. Now, if Iger buys a piece of the Raiders, that could help convince the owners to get on board with the Carson project because they'd have somebody who actually knows what they're doing running the team in Los Angeles. And in fact, one owner has already spoken. Jerry Richardson, owner of the Panthers, said on Wednesday, quote, I support the Carson project. And when asked whether he supported Carson,
he said yes.
the Rams are hoping to push through. He said, quote, you can't support both. So it's looking like if Richardson is the canary in the coal mine, it's looking like the really starting to push towards the Carson Stadium project for the Raiders and the Chargers in Los Angeles, which would leave the Rams out in the cold.
That's too bad. I love the Carson Stadium project. They had some great hits in the 80s. You remember them? The pie in the sky.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Alan Parsons' project. I'm sorry. I'm confused. The Carson Stadium project. Yeah, close enough. Same thing, probably. Mark and Mark, you said something about the Europe NFL Europe maybe London getting a team or something as well.
Well, that's the thing, and of course, I already left my mini rant, rare rant on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, there's a story that Kroenke or whatever his name is, Rams owner could move the Rams to London.
No thanks.
And
And Matt says no, and they turn around and go back.
well, the main thing for me, and I don't know if you may or may not have talked about this on other shows, but to me, just between the travel and the time logistics and everything, I just don't see how a team competitive if that's their home. I just don't see
agree.
how they could be anything more, or they'd be 8-8 or 9-7 is what I posted earlier, and
I just can't imagine.
It just doesn't. Yeah, I think I could see it being supportive. I could see fans being there. I could see from a financial standpoint they're relatively okay, but just in terms of fielding a competitive team by being over there, I just don't.
No, I don't.
And
either.
how much would fans support them if they couldn't be competitive after a while?
Right.
Point
made.
That's the big. Well, that's certainly the big question over here, because ultimately we've all grown up with our teams, and there's no way on earth that I'm going to somehow share my loyalty with a team just because it happens to be based in London. I want them suckers to lose. I want them to lose every single week. So it's not. It's just, for me, until they've got a university situation, until we've got colleges and universities which are actually playing this game and feeding talent into a pool of players that can be picked from, so they're not just the undrafts that are coming from the States, because let's not make any bones about it, that's what's going to happen. It'll all be those people who are not good enough to play in the States. So you're going to be uncompetitive from that angle, you're going to be uncompetitive from the time zone angle. It's all very well playing at 9 in the morning, but you're going to have to give every team that comes over here a bye week the week after, because it's just not fair. So it's the logistics is just all off. But bring back the Euro League by all means. Let's get Germany, let's get France, let's get Norway, let's get Iceland, let's get the UK playing American football in the Euro League, and then have a big championship at that, and then the Super Bowl when they can play the Euro Bowl winner, and we'll have a proper world champion. Put it that way.
Dustin,
I kind of feel like I don't know. As far as the people wouldn't be fans thing goes, I don't know about that. Carolina didn't have a football team. Once they got one, Carolina had plenty of fans. Nobody there had a team. They could have gone with, Redskins or anybody east, north, or south of them. I mean, if there's a team,
have you seen the Redskins?
I'm just saying, if there's a team, there'll be fans. But I think the model and how they would make it work logistically is what would be the key with it, as far as whether or not the team's competitive, because you'd have to have players willing to play there in free agency, not like as a last ditch effort. They'd have to have decent players willing to go there and play. And I think a big part of that would be how they work the bye weeks. I think you'd have to have the bye week beforehand, so that a team can get over there for the week prior and get in practice maybe in London somewhere, and the week after, maybe put them on a Monday night game or something like that. They'd have to have something to where they could work it to where there'd be extra time before and after that game. And if they got the model right, it might work. I would absolutely hate it, don't get me wrong, but I think there's a way that they might be able to make it work if they, they've had plenty of time to think about it, I guess, but.
Well, here's the thing.
Don't forget there's one other side to that coin. What about when the London team has to travel?
Yeah.
You can't give those guys 8 bye weeks.
Well, and please, God, make sure if you do travel to take your toilet paper. That's all I know.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the model. They're not going to the West Coast. I don't think they're ever going to the West Coast unless it's after a bye week, because otherwise that just wouldn't be right. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'd have to see the model when they had it laid out and how it would work. But I'm sure there's a way they can work. Just I would hate to see it.
It's all about the money. This is not about the improvement of the game. It's not about that. It's just about the money. Yeah. What Goodell and the NFL are seeing is that we can sell out 3 international games within a matter of hours, and they're sold out. Now, when you've got stadiums like the Levi Stadium the other week, which I've never seen so many seats in all my life. Nobody's turning up for these games, and these are okay, it's the 49ers playing, for Christ's sake. But
have you seen the 49ers?
Indeed, but that's what they're saying, because revenues are dropping from certain teams, that if they can make easy money in the UK, they'll do that. But my goodness, what a it's not adding any value to the. Bring back the Euro. Let's have our Euro League back. I'm quite happy to have the Euro League back, but let's not somehow butcher the NFL and turn it into something it's not. It's just this doesn't work for me at all.
If we're going to have international expansion, I think they should follow the model of other American sports leagues. Just have a team in Canada. That'd probably be the easiest bet logistically.
Yeah.
But
that was the Bills, wasn't it? Wasn't the Bills?
Oh, nice.
Pretty much.
I thought you said a team.
I was calling. We could call it the London Wankers, couldn't we? The London Wankers. Go Wankers.
Yeah, but we'll get confused with our politicians if we do that, so we can't call them that.
And the Canadian Bacons, we could have that. Fry the Canadian Bacons. All right.
It'd probably be the Mounties or something. It'd be something strange like that.
There's a joke there I'm not going to do. So, with that being said, this will end the first quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
Oh, Will, thank you. Thank you, Will. Thank you again. As usual, another wonderful job with the news.
Anytime.
Thank you. Lots of shows still ahead. We're going to play some trivia. We're going to preview the Cardinals game. But after Matt's 60-second rant, it's the second quarter, and we're going to look at the second half of the Seahawks schedule coming up right after this.
Well,
And now it's time for a 12th Man Fan Jam 60-second rant.
you know you make me wanna
Rant.
I don't want to get off on a rant here.
Hello everybody, it's Matt here, and yes, I won another rant following my win at Trivia last week. My rant this week is a little bit personal. It's a little bit about Britain. We've recently just signed some more deals for some more NFL games here now in Twickenham. As I'm not sure whether it's as well as London or whether it's they're going to be sharing it between the two. And there has been some words said again about either the Rams moving over to London or the Jaguars moving over to London. I just want to say to anyone in the States who's wondering, this pressure is not coming from fans in the UK for any form of franchise that I'm aware of. Nobody I've ever spoken to is absolutely desperate for a franchise to be here. What we would like to see is the return of the Europe League, to get back to having the Germans play us and the French play us and we play the Danes and the Norwegians and the rest of them. And maybe from that we would be able to have a World Bowl where the winner of the Super Bowl could play the winner of Euro Bowl, and then you really would have a world championship. But I don't know it's all coming down to money. Remember, the NFL wants to make as much money as possible out of this game, so it isn't us that's asking for it, and it isn't anything that we want to see, I don't think either. It's all down to the owners, it's down to the commissioner, and it's down to money. So hopefully it won't happen, but hopefully they will bring back the Euro League. But that's it, that's my rant for this week.
You're listening to the 12th Man Fan Jam on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel.
I hate the Cardinals.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
Welcome to the second quarter as we take a look forward to the second half of the Seattle Seahawks football season. Remember to join our 12th Man Fan Jam show group on Facebook. Email us at 12thmanfanjam@gmail.com, and also Seahawk Positivity on Twitter. Second quarter brought to you by our sponsor, the Des Bryant Mini Volcano. Ready to explode at a moment's notice. It's the Des Bryant Mini Volcano. Okay.
It's lava, y'all.
Wow.
Oh my God, kids, it's lava, y'all. Do you get that? Oh man. Mark chiming in perfectly as always. Yes. We're going to talk about second half schedule, but before we do, we want to talk a little bit about the bye week and a couple of interesting news stories that apparently TMZ doesn't care too much about because they're more interested in seeing these guys getting in trouble. But Ricardo Lockett, of course, we all know the story, came out of the Dallas hospital, and apparently the first thing he said is, I want to go feed the homeless. They went to McDonald's. They bought 100 cheeseburgers. They fed the homeless. They didn't feed it. They fed the homeless. So Ricardo Lockett and family, shout out to you for doing good. And also doing good, Marshawn Lynch went to, ironically, a McDonald's where he saw a young man. He talked about, comment about Marshawn's shoes, and he asked him what he wanted to do. He said he wanted to open a boutique when he got along his way, and I guess Marshawn gave him $500. Is that what you heard, Matt? Is that the story?
Yeah. He said to me, if you're serious about getting those shoes, here's some money to help you get them, and my job is to see you grow. So there we go. There's Lynch doing some good stuff.
Excellent stuff.
He's going to get a fine. He'll get a fine on Monday morning from the NFL for something.
Exactly.
So.
And if Marshawn's listening, I am a 13 wide. So
that's a go large in McDonald's.
You wonder if they're at the same McDonald's, like if Marshawn was there helping hand out hamburgers too or cheeseburgers too. You know,
who knows?
Very possible. Yeah.
It's like the McDonald's from heaven. Apparently, who knew? Yeah. So, and
you don't eat the food.
Yeah, and real quick before we talk about the schedule, a non-Seahawk related story, kind of, but I live over here in by Indianapolis, and of course the injury to Luck means that Matt Hasselbeck is probably going to start at least 2 to 6 more games, probably the end of the season. So Congratulations, Matt Hasselbeck. We love Matt. We always love Matt. But then I wake up in the morning and find out that the Colts have also signed Charlie Whitehurst. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Am I in some kind of freaking bizarro world? What the hell?
Yes. Reunited.
Oh my God.
It feels so good.
Linda Mara is now kicking, and it's all going on.
And everyone, I have to teach everyone over here, hey, I like your hair.
Hair. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, bitches, I like your hair. Okay. All right.
That's awesome that Indy has Peaches and Herb, like running the show. Bill.
Oh my God! Reunited. I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is this a solid gold moment?
Uh-oh. Is it a solid gold moment? Oh, Charlie Whitehurst. Ooh, that's like a funky version. Hold on. Let me move up a little bit here. Oh, there it is. Peaches and Herb. Good old Charlie Whitehurst and Matt Hasselbeck.
The bald and the beautiful.
Oh. Ironically, yes, the 2 most talked about dudes in probably Seahawk history before Luke Wilson. All right, enough of that. Let's move on to the schedule, please. I'll keep Peaches and Herb on the side here. That sounded disgusting. Seahawks schedule, last 8 games.
Ew.
As you look at the schedule, and we'll start with Dustin. Dustin, 8 games, and the second half of the schedule. What's the first thing that stands out to you as you look at this schedule? As the Seahawks look to make a run at 4-4, they're still in good position. But what do these next games look like for you?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is that we've lost already, I think, 3 games to NFC opponents.
Yeah.
And the second half of the game, if we're going to or second half of the schedule, if we are going to lose games, it has to be to AFC opponents.
Yeah,
because conference record is part of the tiebreakers as far as to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if we handle business and we win our game, that's great, and we're in there. We'll win our division. If we're to lose games for whatever reason and don't win the division, it absolutely has to be against an AFC opponent because we're going to be hurting otherwise. So that's my main concern about the second half of the schedule.
Okay,
but looking at it though, I'm scrolling through right now too. It's not too difficult. The Cardinals and the Rams are the harder teams. Everything.
I think
else
we can
not
definitely.
Too bad,
I think there could be a run here. They could definitely make a run here, can they not?
Well, next 3 at home, 5 out of the next 7 at home. I'm going to have a sore throat until January. But one good thing about the schedule, the way it's playing out, is we've already lost 3 conference games, but we still have 4 division games to go, and we're 1-1 in the division. So we got a chance to make a run in the NFC West, and 3 of those 4 division games are at home. So it's this is as good a chance as we're going to get. So we're going to find out right now what kind of team we've got.
Matt, there is a Sunday night game other than the one we're having this Sunday night. So a Sunday night game, but the rest of them are pretty good. One early game, and that's in Minnesota.
Yep.
But 5 home games out of 8 looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then it was always planned that way. We knew that. I think the thing is that we've given ourselves a little bit of an uphill battle, a little bit of work to do. Let's say we didn't get away with having a really fantastic opening half of the season, so therefore we've now got to pick it up at the end. And none of these teams scare me apart from, exactly as Dustin says, the Rams and the Cardinals. Those are the only two that really can, I think, win, in my opinion. But then you're going to have to win these games now if we want to get to playoffs. So we can't let these games slip by us. We've got to take each one at a time, and we've got to win them.
Yeah. I agree. Hey, you look at the schedule, I look at it, and I can see certainly a run going on here. Cardinals, with the 3 home games, is a great start to the second half of the season. First half was, if you look back, was pretty dang blasted brutal. The first 2 games were just unbelievably, I don't know anybody can win both of those games going into it. And then we went to the Bengals when they were red hot. We played the Panthers when they were red hot. I mean, there's 4 games in the first half of the schedule that were really brutal for us and brutal for anybody. And now we look at the second half, and the Cardinals are playing well. The Rams are playing well. The Vikings are in the playoffs. But, Browns, Ravens, Steelers are getting beat up a little bit. They don't have Le'Veon Bell. That's going to be a huge factor when we play them. We have them at home. I really like the second half of the schedule. I could seriously see this team, winning 6, 7, or 8 easily. And that's going to put you at 10, 11, or 12 wins. And that should be at least enough to think about the playoffs. If we look at the playoff picture right now, Mark, the one team that I am kind of doubting, especially after they lost last week to the 49ers, is the Falcons. It looks like they may run out of gas sooner rather than later. What do you think?
Well, they absolutely could. I mean, it's a horrible if Quinn keeps coaching. I couldn't. I mean, it's like I thought he's supposed to be the mighty Quinn, and then he just hands the game over. It was just, I couldn't believe that. But in terms of our remaining schedule, I mean, we hate the phrase must win, but this Cardinal game feels as close to that as you can have for ninth game of the year, because, my thing is that at a minimum, you got to win 10 games to reach the playoffs, whether that's a wild card or if we happen to win the division with that amount, which I kind of doubt. But anyway, you have to put off that 5th loss for as long as possible, because if you drop this game and you're 4-5, or 4-5, then you need a 6-1 run, to get to 10 wins. And I don't think 9-7 is going to do it. So for the second half, it's the key is how long do we put off that 5th loss is everything. And of course, excuse me, any thoughts of winning the division, I think we're going to end up having to sweep the Cardinals, among other things, to get there. And this game is so huge, although we're at home, and one game at a time, and if we can do a sweep at home, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, then we're at 7-4, and we're looking really good for the remaining 5. I think Will or Dustin, is there rain that's going to happen for the Sunday night game? Do we know the forecast? Because I think that works in our favor.
It's going to rain a little bit.
It's actually supposed to pour down rain right up until kickoff, and then there's just a chance of rain after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll help us a lot. Should help us.
Not that we necessarily need weather to win the game, but I think it kind of slows the Cardinal offense down. And I think we're more of a scrappy team in those conditions, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
it'll help me because I'll be in the Hawks nest and I don't have a poncho, so I'd like it.
Please, for Dustin, come on.
Suck it up, Dustin.
So Matt. I think last couple of years we've been incredibly spoiled as fans, and oh my God, if we don't get the number 1 seed, we don't win our division, it's the end of the world. But this team, I'm telling you, Matt, you got to convince me otherwise or whatever. Agree with me. I think if this team, the Seahawk team, is one team in the NFC nobody wants to see, and I don't care if it's on the road or home, because defense and running wins ball games on the road. And this is not Holmgren, they never win on the road, Seahawks. This is a team that can win on the road. And I think this team is probably the team that everyone's looking at saying, thank God they're not in the playoff picture right now. But if we get in the playoff picture, there's going to be a lot of nervous teams. What do you think?
I don't think any team sitting there saying that we're not in the playoff picture right now. I think any team, apart from the Patriots are so arrogant that they've probably already decided they've won the Super Bowl, and that's it.
I think they ordered the rings already, actually.
Yeah, they've already ordered it. That's all sorted. And, they've got all the cheating planned. It's all done. as far as the rest of them, they know. Every team knows. I mean, you just got to go back to the NFC Championship game last year. Every team knows that if you're playing us, you better bring your full game, because we make it hard for ourselves. We don't do things easy. We don't do things, complicated. I suppose we're normally everyone understands what we're going to do. We're going to beat you down, is what we're going to do. And the trick is can you outstay us? That's the point. Are you able to take that beating, and are you able to exploit our weaknesses? Some of our run defenses and stuff. But let's see what's going to happen. I think that we've had a bloody nose at the beginning of the season. I think we've had our own fair share of issues, what with Chancellor and everything else that's been going on with that. Now it's our turn. So now it's our turn to get hot, and we need to do that from this game onwards.
Excellent. Dustin, what do you think about the last 8? You think we're going to go on a run, 7-1, 8-0? What do you think?
I think if we go 8-0, wouldn't be the first time that's happened, and then we went to the Super Bowl, so that'd be nice. But realistically, I think they have a really good shot. Like I said, the only hard teams are going to be the Cardinals and the Rams.
Yeah.
And we got home game against the Rams, and one of the games against Cardinals is home game. So
right.
I think that I think it's going to be more of a 7-2, 8 or 7-1, 8-0 type second half.
Yeah.
And
good.
Dude, yeah. And if it doesn't work out that way and we have to go on the road in the playoffs, assuming we make them, like you were saying, Dennis, I'm not worried about that either.
No, I'm not either. I'm really not.
They're a proven playoff team the last couple of years, and even
exactly.
the year before that, they still went out there and made things happen in the playoffs when they shouldn't have really been able to do much in the playoffs. Atlanta, and that was a hell of a game. That's when it all kind of started in the playoffs for us.
Right.
So this team knows how to win. The nucleus is there, and they know how to win. So
they know how to play big games. That's for sure.
How funny would it be to work out to where, if we happen, I guess, for instance, we're a wild card team or whatever, for the last wild card team, it'd be funny to eventually end up in like Carolina and beat them when it really counts.
That'd be sweet.
If they're the number 1 seed.
That'd be sweet. Hopefully we'll have that discussion coming up.
Definitely. I would rather go to Carolina than Green Bay.
Oh, amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. And I would rather go to halftime than continue talking about the schedule. So let's end the second quarter.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
Alright, it's halftime, and it's time to get ready for the best Seahawk-themed trivia show on the internet that you can play along with another can't-miss edition of the 12th Man Fan Jam Halftime Trivia. Coming up next!
Hey, this is Matt, all the way from merry old England, and you're listening to the 12th Man Fan Jam.
Yes, it's halftime, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the best play-along Seahawk-themed trivia game show on the internet. It's time for 12th Man Fan Jam Halftime Trivia with your host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. Yes, thank you, me, and welcome to the 12th Man Fan Jam Halftime Trivia, the game where you, the listener and viewer, can play along with the posse while I subject them to trivia questions based on the Seahawk opponents. This week, our contestants are the posse themselves, Matt, Will, Mark, and Dustin. And here again are the rules. So here's how the trivia game works. There will be 2 rounds of questions. Each contestant answers 1 question each round. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. After 2 rounds of questions, there will be a final trivia question worth 2 points. If there's a tie after that, then the tied players go on to a special secret overtime question where the winner becomes reigning 12th Man Fan Jam Trivia Champion and gets to have a special 60-second rant between the first and second quarter of the very next episode of the 12th Man Fan Jam Show. As an added bonus to those listeners on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, the questions and possible answers will be displayed on your screen, so you, the viewer and listener, can play along as well if you wish. If you'd like to play along, please let us know how you did on the questions. Remember, there's no Googling, no phone a friend, and please, No wagering. However, there is a lifeline for each of the contestants. Before the taping of this show, my two charming Seahawk fan children, Mosette and Little Mo, did take this quiz. And if the contestants want to know what the kids said, they may ask that only once during the entire game show and only during the first 2 rounds. Now let's get ready to play 12th Man Fan Jam Trivia. Okay, the rules have been laid out. So this is where we usually pick our questions, but here's the thing, guys. You've already picked your questions. See, last episode, there were 8 questions for 8 teams, and you picked your teams, and then you picked one of 2 questions about that team. So
hell.
This week, you get the other question from that group.
Oh, no.
If you remember,
You're just
one
being
question,
lazy, Mo.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This sounds like a pretty lazy episode of trivia here.
one question is football related,
To be continued.
and one not so
God.
much. So, you guys did real well last week. I believe the whole first round you got all of the football questions, which means that this week it's all of the non-football questions.
Yeah. That means this week, first point scores, I think. First point wins, I think.
And we start with Mark, who picked the Rams week 1. Mark last time picked the football question, so Mark gets the non-football question from St. Louis, and here it is. Mark.
Does
Mark.
this have anything? Does this have anything to do with Bob Crane?
No, no,
Sorry,
no, it doesn't. It
only
actually
you and I get that.
Yeah, I get that. Oh my God, get the camera rolling. Okay, that is a really bad reference. That's like a '70s reference. People are listening to this going, "What?" I feel like Dennis Miller sometimes. Okay, here's your question, Mark. Your question is the non-football
Nobody
question
gets
about
a
the
Dennis Miller reference.
No, I don't get that either. That's the worst part. All right. I'm going to stop, everyone. Good night, everybody. Mark, what is St. Louis native Tina Turner's real name? It's not Tina Turner. What is it? Is it Anna Mae Bullock, Maggie Jean Robinson, or Susan Jean Townsend? And there's some Morgan Freeman thing about it, buddy. Tina Turner's real name, Anna Mae Bullock.
Holy crap.
Maggie Jean Robinson, Susan Jean Townsend. Holy crap, does not work.
We are so screwed.
Well,
Like I said, first person to 4 wins.
I'm trying to remember what Ike Turner used to call her.
He used to call it, "Get here, bitch."
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
he used to
Yeah,
call
it's
her
a-
an ambulance.
Yeah,
He used to call an ambulance.
he gave her a Native American name. Okay.
Ouch.
Sorry. Okay. Now, of course, after all that, I have to ask you
The question?
to repeat.
Yeah. Sure.
Norma Jean Baker and what?
Wait, listen. Anna Mae Bullock, Maggie Jean Robinson,
Come on,
Susan Jean Townsend.
The show is only so long.
Even the organ player's getting tired. Keep it going! We're still thinking.
Whatever.
They make blue pills for that.
Oh my God, Mark passed out.
Second name. No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Not an organ you're giving him.
Yes, kill. Yes, kill the organ.
Okay, kill
the
the
second
organ.
name, whichever one.
Second
that
name,
was.
Maggie G. Robinson. He says Maggie G. Robinson. Little Mo said Anna Mae Bullock. And Mosette said Susan Jean Townsend. You said Maggie Jean Robinson. And sadly, you're wrong. Anna Mae Bullock is actually Tina Turner's real name. Anna Mae Bullock. So, Mark, surprisingly, you did get that one right.
Yeah.
That's okay, 'cause-
Wasn't she on the Petticoat Junction? Sorry, that's another bad.
Now the blind.
Petticoat.
Hey, now the blind side makes sense. She adopted
doesn't it?
Sandra.
There you go. Okay. Will had the Packers for week 2. And Will also got the football question last week. So this week he gets the non-football question. Will, which of the following rockers is a self-proclaimed Packers fan? Which of the following is a Packers fan? Is it Sammy Hagar, Joan Jett, or Eddie Van Halen? Who's the Packer fan? Sammy Hagar, Joan Jett, or Eddie Van Halen?
How in the name of Jim Bob Cooter do you come up with these things?
Well, I have my ways.
Can you repeat the question? The
Sure.
Choices.
Use it in a sentence.
Sammy Hagar, Joan Jett, or Eddie Van Halen? Who's a Packer fan?
Wild ass guess time. I'm gonna go with Joan Jett.
He goes
That's
with
awesome.
Joan Jett.
On the eve of Ronda Rousey fighting.
Yes. Sammy Hagar was picked by Mosette. Joan Jett was picked by Little Mo. Joan Jett was picked by Will. Joan Jett is right!
Nice.
Yeah, you got a point. Story is she saw her dad Sports Illustrated, and there was a Packer on the cover or in the magazine. It was really muddy. She thought that was really awesome, so she like, who's that team? And she saw the G on the side. She's like, that's my team, and she's been hooked ever since.
Well,
So
Lambeau is the battlefield.
there you go.
Like I said, that works out well
Go
because
Pat Benatar.
she does the theme song for Ronda Rousey when she comes out, who's fighting
There you
tomorrow.
go.
So that's
There you go.
it. All makes
Ironically.
sense.
It makes sense. Dustin, I'm glad it makes sense because you're next, and you also took the football question. So
Yeah.
you have the non-football question this week, and your non-football question about Chicago is this. And you might get this because, I think some people will get this pretty easy.
Is it about food?
No, it's about magazine. What
I don't
famous magazine started in Chicago? Penthouse, Playboy, or Time magazine? What famous magazine started in Chicago?
Dustin will get this.
Penthouse, Playboy, or Time?
No,
I
right
actually
now
have no
Dustin's
idea.
like, what's Time magazine?
I bet he knows what Penthouse and Playboy are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know all three of them, and if you have to lives in LA, so I'm gonna rule Playboy out. Where do the kids say that Larry Flint is from?
Oh, this is great. What do the kids say?
That's Hustler. Are you going with the kid?
Oh, that's Hustler? Dang it! I don't know. Yeah, what do the kids say?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm actually glad you said that because I am proud as hell at Little Mo because Mosette said Time, but Little Mo said Playboy. So I just, hey, way to go, Little Mo. Congratulations, Little
Chip
Mo.
off the old block.
I'm so proud of him. He said Playboy. You don't have any idea what that is. I don't think. But anyway, Penthouse, Playboy, or Time, one of those magazines started in Chicago, Dustin. Who was it?
I'm gonna go Time. Just it's a family show.
Going with Time
The
because
Addams
it's a family show. All right, so going with Mosette. And the answer is... I'm sorry. It's Playboy. That's right, it's Playboy. I'm sorry, look, Playboy started in Chicago. Matt.
Wow.
Yes.
You are at the end of round one. I know you're.
Where was
very
I?
excited.
Whereabouts in the States am I? 'Cause
Well,
I can't
you're
remember.
in Detroit. You're the Lion.
Oh, sugar.
Whoa.
You're going to be in Detroit, and yes,
Eminem.
You were actually 4 for 4. You guys last week with the football questions, which means, of course, Matt gets a non-football question. So your city of Detroit, you might get this one. I don't know. We'll see.
I won't, because it'll be about some bloody institution of learning or something.
What
So,
college?
Go on.
The answer is dumpster fire. Sorry.
Which member of Alvin and the Chipmunks went to Detroit Community College?
All right. Your question is this. Here we go.
Yeah.
What sign was over the entrance to the original headquarters of Motown Records? Was it Songsville, USA, Recordland, USA, or Hitsville, USA? Motown Records in Detroit.
Oh.
They had a sign over the entrance, the original Motown Records. Was it Songsville, USA, Recordland, USA, or Hitsville, USA?
I probably should know this.
See?
I'll ask the kids. All
right. 2 of you have asked the kids. Okay. Mosette said Recordland, USA. And Little
Really?
Mo. Yeah. That's what she said. Don't look at me. And
You should
Little
never
Mo-
use your own daughter, and that's what she said. Right?
Oh.
Hey.
Good point, but
Wow. All right. I won't do that anymore.
Fatherly
wrong.
advice.
But,
One father to another.
So wrong.
Yeah, I know. Mosette said Recordland and Little Mo said Hitsville. Wow. Wow.
That's a question that's going to linger.
Oh no! I've got the chuckles now. I'll go with Hitsville, just because I need
Go
to
with
get off the air
Hitsville.
so I can mute my mic.
All right. He says
It's an ambitious name for new record label.
Hitsville. Hitsville, USA.
Whatever.
Hitsville's right.
It's correct.
Wow.
Matt,
Damn it.
you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. All right.
that's what she said.
At the end of round one, Matt and Will have a point, and Mark and Dustin are, like so many of us, hopelessly lost. Okay. We're now going to round two, where Will had picked the Bengals. So, Will, you get the Bengals. And you get...
God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Great line. WKRP, no one knows that either. So, however,
Walk like an Egyptian.
Now, here's the thing. Will and the Bengals, last time you had the question about the killers, remember? Serial killers? So you get a football question. So get excited by that.
You're kind of throwing me off here.
Sorry. Your football question is this. In the Bengals game, the Seahawks actually had more yards rushing than passing, which is very unusual, but they did. The Seahawks had more yards rushing than passing because they ran for 200 yards in that game. But how many yards passing did they have? Was it 193, 195, or 197? How many yards passing did the Seahawks have against the Bengals? 200 yards rushing, but did they have 193, 195, or 197 passing?
I'm going to ask what the kids thought, because why not?
Why not? All right. Mosette said 193. Little Mo said 195.
Well, I'm going to pull an anti-Matt here and trust your daughter, so I'm going to go 193.
You're going to trust my daughter and go with 193.
He's going to go with that's what she said, yeah.
He's going to go with that's what she said.
Dearie me.
Oh, dearie me. And she didn't say it right. 197. Neither one got it. So, yeah, it happens.
Never trust the kids, I guess.
No. Well, Matt got it last week by not trusting the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be a more trustworthy person. I guess that was my big mistake.
That was your big mistake.
Yeah. Don't ever do that again.
Don't ever do that again. Mark.
Grow up, man.
Mark is up. Mark is up. He has the Panthers, and he had the non-football question last week, so he gets a football question this week. Mark, in the Panthers game was that amazing play where I think we handed it off to Marshawn. He threw it back to Russell, and Russell threw it to Ricardo Lockett for a touchdown. On what down did we do that play? On what down did Ricardo Lockett catch his touchdown pass from Russell Wilson? Was it first down, second down, or third down? What down did that happen?
Oh, boy. You know what?
Right.
For the sake of getting rid of this damn Oregon, I'm going to say second down.
Second down, he says. More Oregon for you. All right. Second down. Lil Mo said second down. Mosette said third down. It was first down.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was first down play.
Golly.
Oh, I know. All right, two more questions. Matthew, here we go.
Oh, God.
You get the football question for the 49ers.
Oh, yes, I did, because it was Lombard Street.
It was
wasn't
Lombard
it?
Street, so Matt has the
Bastard.
football question. Matt, in
We
our
won.
game, yeah, we did 20-3. And in that game, Kaepernick and Wilson both threw the same amount of passes in that game. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? How many pass attempts did they both have? Was it 24, 27, or 30? What was it?
24.
You little show off. Guess what?
I remember it.
You're right. 24.
Yeah.
Matt.
Didn't we get like 19 and he got something like 12 or 11 or something?
Oh, completions? Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Dustin, last question. Cowboys.
All right. Yay. Okay.
You had the football question last week. You get the non-football question this week.
Oh, I know.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with? There's a singer named Meatloaf. Did you know that?
I have heard of Meatloaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
He
Meatloaf
would
is
do his
actually
thing, but
he's a
he wouldn't
Dallas
do that.
native.
Yeah.
He's a Dallas native. And would you believe that he was actually, when he was born, he was not christened the name Meatloaf? Would you believe that?
That's a lie.
That's his
lie.
My question to you, Dustin, is what is Meatloaf's real first name? Is it Michael, Marvin, or Timothy? Michael, Marvin, or Timothy? Meatloaf's real first name.
What was the first one?
Michael, Marvin, Timothy.
Let's see. Which name would I be most likely to change my name for?
From Meatloaf.
Jim Bob?
You're switching to Meatloaf. That's kind of a step sideways or down, no matter how you look at it.
It depends on what my favorite food is. I'll say Marvin.
He's saying Marvin.
Yeah.
Well, both kids.
I wouldn't want to be called Marvin.
No, both kids said Michael. You said Marvin. You're right.
Yeah.
Marvin Lee a day, if you would. So, here we go into the final the final question. Matt with 2, Will with 1, Dustin with 1, Mark with 1. So our order will go Mark, Dustin, Will, and Matt for the final question. As always, it is a number. The closest posse member, closest to the number without going over, gets 2 points. And if you're all over, whoever's closest to the number gets a point. 2 points. Here we go. We're going to start with Mark, and the question mark is this, and this is a really rough one.
Oh boy!
I know.
That's great. I love hearing that.
Is that what she? Never mind.
She said no. The Seahawks have played 8 games up to this point. How many snaps of the football have the Seahawks taken in 8 games? Not taken, but been a part of, offense and defense. How many total snaps of the football for the Seahawks in 8 games? And we'll start with Mark. How many total snaps of the football in 8 games for the Seahawks, offense and defense, and special teams? I mean, everybody.
Oh boy. Let's see. I got to turn on my Rain Man app and do the math. You know what? I am going to say 869 total snaps.
869.
869.
Dustin.
What?
How many snaps have the Seahawks seen in 8 football games so far?
A lot.
Okay, a lot. Moving on now.
How many did Mark say?
869.
I'm gonna go 850.
850, he says. All right. Will, how many snaps of the football have the Seahawks seen in 8 games? 869, 850 to this point.
745.
745, and that now leaves Matt. Matt, how many snaps of football? 745, 850, 869.
You know, this leaves me in a quandary of who do I gazump. So I'm going to go 744.
Ooh, he's going down. 744. All right.
That's what he does.
He's going down.
Oh, dear.
How do you think you got?
Oh, dear Lord.
How do you think you got on the show?
Oh, God.
The total number of snaps the Seahawks have seen in 8 games is 1,094.
Wow.
Which means Mark gets 2 points, and he ties Matt, which means Mark and Matt will go head-to-head in a special overtime question.
I hate it when Mark ties me up. Damn it.
All right.
Did you say what was the actual retail price was what? 1,094. Wow. I actually thought after I gave my answer, I thought I went over for sure.
So did I.
I'm amazed that it's been. Well, the Rain Man app worked, and it's available on iTunes. Okay.
Well, let's see if it works again. We'll start with Mark and then Matt. So, Mark, here's your question.
Alrighty.
So far this season, how many offsetting penalties have the Seahawks seen? Which obviously means that they had a penalty and the other team had a penalty, so they offset. How many offsetting penalties have the Seahawks seen so far this season?
Wow. Offsetting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 9.
9. Matt, how many offsetting penalties do the Seahawks and the team are playing? 8.
8.
All right, 9 and 8. It's been quite a battle. We come down to an exciting overtime finish here. The actual number of how many offsetting penalties the Seahawks have seen so far in 8 games is 2, which means once again, he did it.
Really? Well played. Well played.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
The New England Patriots of Fan Jam Halftime Trivia is unequivocally our friend from merry old England, Matt. Matt, congratulations.
Thanks, Moses.
Oh,
well done,
my God. Unbelievable. And what an amazing action-filled, exciting, nerve-wracking version of Halftime Trivia this was. Coming up after this, we talk about the upcoming game, make our predictions about the Seahawks and Cardinals, primetime showdown in the Clink. But first, it's a special Cardinal theme, top 3, right after this.
magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number.
Hi everyone, it's me, Moses, with a very special top 3. This week from our offices located in the desert.
There's a lot of holes in the desert.
I tell you what I think are the top 3 Cardinals of all time. At number 3 we have the brothers Dizzy and Daffy Dean. Brothers, pitchers for the St. Louis Cardinals, and cursed with really unfortunate nicknames. Dizzy actually said once, the dumber the pitcher is, the better.
What?
I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T.
No wonder he had the nickname Dizzy. And Daffy? Well, his nickname became vastly more credible to youngsters later in life when Warner Brothers named a feisty duck the same thing.
You're despicable.
At number 2 on our list, we have the cardinal sins, also known as the 7 deadly sins. There's lust,
Hubba.
gluttony, greed.
Greed is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. Yes, all delightfully sinful in their own right. Hard to pick just one. We all have our own favorite.
Sinner.
And the number 1 cardinal of all time is, of course, Cardinal Richelieu, as brilliantly portrayed on Monty Python by Michael Palin as part of the Spanish Inquisition, because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. I said nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Good grief. I said nobody...
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Our chief weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Fear and surprise. Our 2 weapons are fear and surprise and ruthless efficiency. Our 3 weapons are fear and surprise and ruthless efficiency and an almost fanatical devotion to the Pope. Our 4. No. Amongst our weapons. Amongst our weaponry are such elements as fear. I'll come in again.
Yeah, don't bother. This has been Moses with another top 3, reminding you that good things always come in 3s.
I think it's supper time.
And now it's time to see what the Reverend Moses has on his menu for this week's game. Moses, what's cooking?
Yes, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. And this Sunday evening during the Seahawks Cardinals game, I encourage all Seahawk fans to eat the following: some boneless cardinal wings, Jaron brown rice, John hash brown, Britain golden grams, some Mike Leach cobbler, some Kevin pepperminter candy, and wash it down with an ice-cold Frosty Rucker or some good old cactus juice. Bon appetit!
Holy shit, it's the 3rd quarter.
Welcome to the second half of episode 317 of your 12-Man Fan Jam show. I am your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity, and we've had a meal, and we're going to have a drink here in a minute. But before we do, we want to congratulate Matt once again, who
thank you,
becoming the New England Patriots of our halftime show. Apparently,
you're calling me a cheater.
Well, I'm just saying we're going to check to see if your answers are deflated or not, but we'll do that later.
Can I just say, can we just clarify that we don't know what these questions are? Because I know people think that
you don't
plan all this stuff in advance. We have no idea.
And I would also like to clarify
Moses
that
does,
we don't want to congratulate him. Moses can. Kind of a sore loser. So
okay. I feel that. It's a little competitive. Always compete. That's what I love about the posse when it comes to trivia. Well, since we'll drown our sorrows, how about this, Dustin? Let's drown our sorrows in a drink, shall we? It's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's time for drink of the week.
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink!
Yes, drink of the week, where our 12th Man Fan Jam mixologist Moses conjures up a delicious drink based upon the Seahawk opponent. So, gentlemen, please, belly up to the 12th Man Fan Jam bar and let me pour you out a special new drink. Here's what we go. Are you ready? Take notes here. First thing you're going to do is get some Arizona green tea and some Red Stripe beer and some Early Bird Spring Hop Ale. So you've got Arizona green tea, Red Stripe beer, and Early Bird Spring Hop Ale, and you're going to make an Arizona Redbird. One drink you turn hot and dry. 2 drinks you crave the desert, and at 3 drinks your house gets overrun by scorpions and retired people. So, that's your Arizona drink of the week.
Like Carson Palmer, retired people.
Like Carson Palmer.
And at 4
Old
drinks,
people.
you lose your balance and you're out for the year. Okay. Disclaimer. 12th Man Fan Jam does not advocate drinking or mixing drinks discussed here. Do so at your own risk. Be aware that Moses absolutely sucks as a drinksologist. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't make a good drink. His milkshakes, they suck. His Kool-Aid, root beer schnapps. Yeah, we know that. Okay. Attempt to previous drink at your own risk. Remember, it was done for entertainment purposes only. If you laughed, if you didn't, it was really boring. And always remember to drink responsibly. Okay.
Boring.
Moving on.
Boring.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. There's the vote. This quarter we talk about injuries.
Can I just say that reminds me of your American drug adverts where they have to go through every single side effect?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I was
there you go.
watching the
Way
game last
faster,
week.
though.
Was
Way
just
faster.
hilarious. It's like, give up smoking. This drug may cause blindness, deafness. You won't be able to walk. You'll have incontinence. You'll wet yourself. You'll fart. You'll burp. And it's like, but
my
give up
favorite
smoking.
In the middle there, if
Your
they have those lists,
your kids will have fetal alcohol syndrome.
yeah, if in the middle there, they'll put a really nasty one, dizziness, nausea, anal bleeding, high blood pressure. You're like, what? What?
Yeah.
Math like that's not what that's from.
What got me was the premature death. May cause premature death.
Yeah.
Is there any
I
other
know
comment?
Anyway, because and that's what it is. Nausea, runny nose, premature death, coughing, sore throat. You're like, what?
Unwanted
What was that middle one?
pregnancies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not again.
Is there any other kind?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, God.
Sometimes it's not on purpose. I'm not gonna lie. It happens.
Okay. Oh my God, we're getting hurt, Matt. Let's
I'm
move on to your. That's okay. Your injury. What do you think is a key injury for the upcoming Cardinals Seahawk game, or looking at the injury list? What do you think is a really key factor going in this game?
Well, I twisted my ankle on Thursday. It's not been right since. So,
Yeah.
I'm
What
having
prescriptions are the
trouble.
Cardinals on?
So you beat these.
terrible.
So you beat these other guys in trivia with one bad leg. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's been a bad injury. But I can muscle through it. It's okay. It's all right, yo.
I'm more embarrassed.
Yeah.
You didn't say yo.
Yo.
I thought I said yo. It's okay, yo.
No, I didn't say yo. We're not in 1986.
Oh my God.
There's no reason to do that. Do you want to hear this injury? There are no injuries, all right?
What the
Everyone's
hell?
really healthy. Okay, but I'm Ricardo Lockett, who has got I don't know, a broken neck or whatever, and he'll be
whatever.
fine.
Oh wow.
And
No biggie.
and
The medical system is different in England. so-
Marshawn Lynch has got a dodgy tummy. All right, that's where we are at, and he's questionable.
Did
But
they
I've
put
told him to
dodgy
take a
tummy
sit
on the
down.
injury list?
Exactly. He's questionable because he's got a dodgy tummy. He's got a letter from his mum. He doesn't have to play on Sunday if he doesn't want to. So it's all okay. We'll be fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad. We'll give him some Skittles. But you're right. We're amazingly healthy right now, which is good for Seattle.
I would love to see dodgy tummy on the injury.
I would too. Or I just like to
So
hear,
awesome.
Pete Carroll. Well, we're having a really good year. We're being healthier than we ever had. Now, Marshawn has a dodgy tummy, but we're going to take care of that. He keeps talking.
We're gonna handle it really well.
It's really funny when you hear Americans say dodgy tummy. It's quite funny.
Oh my God!
You need to have the accent if you're going to say that.
Bless your heart.
He has a bit. What would be funnier is he has a bit of a fizzy wig. He has a bit of a fizzy wig.
Let's not get into a kerfuffle.
I don't know what that means.
And then, Lane has a kerfluffle. Okay. Mark, what is a key stat going into this game against the Cardinals?
The key stat. Well, let's see. Actually, you know what? I did read that Russell Wilson actually has had some really good rushing games against Arizona, and we have seen him recently run for some crucial third downs.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say, you know what? I'll be specific and go like rushing first downs by Russell Wilson.
All right. Pretty
as your
good.
obscure kind of key stat,
Nice.
because I think this game is going to be close. I can feel the nail biter. So
Fair enough. Here's something that I picked up. When I was looking at the Cards' offense and defense, I go, holy cow! I mean, you notice they're top 10 in both, and that's scary. Oh my gosh! You know, they're second in offense and they're seventh in defense. But then this reminds me of the Super Bowl we played against the Broncos, because upon further review, if you look at who they played and who we've played, guys, here's the defenses that they've played. Okay, they have played the number 22, 26, 24, 29, 27, and 31 defense. That's 6 of their games. Offenses they've played the 22nd, 26th, 27th, 31st, and 32nd offense. That's 5 offenses they've played. When they've played teams that are pretty good, for example, we would take on the road, okay, I'm going to say the road games. On the road, they've played, when they played decent teams, when they played St. Louis, they played Pittsburgh, which is a decent team, and they played New Orleans, which was number 1 offense. They are 1-2. Is that right? 1-2? Yes. 1-2.
Yep.
Their 2 losses are against the only teams they've played with a 500 record or better, and their 6 wins, the winning percentage for the 6 wins that they've played, the teams they beat, is a 294, which means the teams that they have beat, the 6 wins, are against teams with an average record of 2-6, average. And you could say, yeah, Seahawks too, because we haven't beaten anybody supposedly, but we're not going on the road in a hostile environment in national television. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Another key stat to go along with that, Dennis, is that the teams that have beat the Cardinals, the Rams and the Steelers, they're both top 5 running teams, just like Seattle.
There you go.
Every other team they played is middle of the pack or farther in the 20s. So
yeah. So
if
when
you can run against them, you can win.
Yeah, and you look at this team you go, oh my gosh, they're just really dominating. But who are they dominating? And we're in no place to talk. I understand that, but we're not the ones going on the road and national television in front of a hostile crowd either. And I think that's going to make a difference. Okay, Mr. Dustin has our Vegas lines. What's the Vegas line for this game, Dustin?
Seahawks by 3, which is essentially a wash because the home team
agreed
by default gets 3 points. And over-under is 44.5 points, which I think you would want to go over. So that's my opinion on that. But
yeah,
the Hawks by 3 I think that's going to be pretty damn close.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I always like to think that our home field is more than, usually it's 3 points, you're right, but I like to think ours is more like 4 or 5, but that's okay.
There was talk for a while that Vegas was going to give the Seahawks 4 points on nationally televised games because the Seahawks kicked everybody's butt on those nationally televised games.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Al Michaels, I don't know if you guys saw the story or not.
Yep.
Al Michaels talked about that, how they were saying Sunday Night Football is only allowed to go to Seattle once a year because they were told that it's too dominant. We want competitive games, and the Seahawks kick everybody's butt on national television.
Right.
So they don't come out here that much.
It's very flattering and very true. Mark, would you take the over or under at 44.5?
Actually, I think I would go under this game based on my own final score. And I just think even if it isn't raining, if it's colder, I think both teams are gonna try and run because they have what's his name? Chris Johnson?
And Hightower.
Chris
Hightower. I think both teams are gonna run. They're gonna try and establish the run, and of course that's our normal thing anyway. I mean, Arizona will probably throw it more, but I think it's gonna go under between temperature and the field being a little bit slick and that kind of thing.
Will, what do you think? Over under?
I'm taking under. I think both defenses are going to bear down. I think it's going to be another. I think we're going to be chewing our nails to the quick on this one.
I don't have any nails to choose. And Matt, do you care?
No, I don't care at all.
I know you don't. All right. We want to remind you. Disclaimer: 12th Man Fan Jam Show does not endorse betting or betting on anything at any time. Don't do either one. These numbers have been presented for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take anything we say on this show ever seriously. Ever, ever, ever. All right. Enough of that. Let's get ready to the fourth quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter, bitches.
Coming up next, predictions, prognostications, and game balls for the upcoming game between your Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Right after this quick station identification, you're listening and watching the 12th Man Fan Jam reunited, and it feels so good. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the 12th Man Fan Jam on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel.
If there's one thing I hate, it's cancer. If there is two things I hate, it's the Cardinals.
I effing hate the Cardinals.
And now it's time for the fourth quarter of the 12th Man Fan Jam. Here to lead us through the final quarter is once again our host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, welcome to the fourth and final quarter of episode 317, a very special Cardinals Part 1 edition of your 12th Man Fan Jam show. It is time now for our predictions, our prognostications, and our game balls for the Seahawks-Cardinals primetime Sunday night matchup. And this year we're keeping score on how well we do on our predictions. Scoring goes like this. If you get the game ball, you get 3 points. Your prognostication, if you hit it, you get 3 points. If no one hits it, the closest person gets a point. Predictions, on the button, both teams, 5 points. If you get one team's total on the button, they get 3 points. And if nobody gets it, the closest scorer gets a point. So, right now we're sitting like this. Will at top by a lot, 31 points. Moses at 17, Dustin 12, Mark at 9, and Matt and the guests are at 6. So, our guest predictor this week is none other than a friend of the show, Brad Cannonball Carter. We love the man to death. A friend of the show, a brother of mine in the spiritual way. He and his wife, Laura, hockey chick, played an interesting version of the Newlywed Game on this very show back in the day. So a couple years ago, they played a really fun game, a Newlywed Game. That was a lot of fun. Cannonball writes and says, 2017 Hawks. Game ball goes to Marshawn Lynch, who continues his dominance over the Cardinals in true beast mode primetime fashion. Me love you long time, and oh no, I'm sorry, that's for later. Okay, we'll move on.
That's another one of those references people might not get.
We may not get that. We're gonna start with Mark. Mark, always great hearing from you, my friend.
Thank you.
You got a score, prognostication, a game ball for me.
I do. I'm going under on this game by a half point, so we're getting trickier. So I'm calling this 24-20 Seahawks.
All right.
And I will say RW will have 2 rushing first downs. Isn't really going out on a limb, but
2 rushing first downs.
I don't know how many rushing first downs he has on the year, even though I should. But so 2 rushing first downs, and then let's see. I'm gonna break my obscurity. Game ball selections because they've just been.
Everybody getting serious because we got a score on it now.
I've been stuck in. I feel like the Mariners in the American League West. I've been stuck at 9 wins. I know. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson for my game ball.
All right, Wilson with the game ball. Well, you never know. Will, time for your picks there, sir. Thank you for joining us once again.
Anytime, sir.
Thank you. What you got for us?
I am predicting Seahawks 20, Cardinals 17. My prognostication is Seattle is going to break their streak of games without a turnover. In fact, they're going to get 2 interceptions of Carson Palmer, since he likes to throw deep and does not have a tight end.
All right.
He likes
to not have a tight end to
throw deep with that tight end.
Oh my God!
Sorry,
we're
cut off
Hold it.
He does not have a tight end to throw deep too, so we will actually.
Me and Matt were thinking the same thing. Me and Matt had this.
Oh my God! It turns
to
get late in the
show.
And suddenly we are. That's okay. We know how much you like tight ends.
It was the deep balls that got me.
Oh my God! This is like those commercials they used to have. A drop ball can ruin a conversation.
Oh my God!
Wow.
All right. So,
So sorry.
Carson likes the tight ends to throw deep. He likes to go deep, does he? Oh,
Is that
yeah.
the People's Court theme song? What is that?
What is this? I
That
keep
is
the
not
porn music.
People's Court.
The
That's
cases
No,
of
it's
Leo.
I
Is that
keep
the
porn
theme from
music.
Shaft?
No,
I've been
keep the
watching
porn
the wrong
music
show.
handy.
It's great music, that is.
If you need to know, this is from a song is from a porn song, a porn movie called Dr. Sex. So there you go.
But it does sound like People's Court.
All right, it doesn't. All right,
Peter's Court?
Or is it Judy's?
Peter's Court.
Will.
Did I finish my prognostication?
I'm so
and
afraid
go
to
blow in a hole?
Poor Will.
Sorry.
Game ball to freaking Michael Bennett, all right?
Okay, Bennett.
Somebody
Which
throw
movie
a
was
flag.
he in?
2 interceptions. Michael Bennett, game ball, 20-17. Good night, everybody.
I'm out. Drop the mic.
Well, we're looking for a new news hound. If you'd like to apply.
Go to our Facebook page.
Oh dear Lord! You know things were going so well, and then the
They
fourth
were.
quarter came right off the
My
rail.
fault. It's my
That's
fault.
all right. No. Oh my
Feels
God.
like a combined effort, dude.
Yeah, it totally was actually.
Yeah.
Okay, if you'd like to join our donation for flowers and apology letter to Will, we'd appreciate that. Oh my God! The poor guy.
Oh goodness.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
dear
Yeah.
Lord. And now we follow that up with Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hey.
So
what's going on?
Hey, we're just playing a little music, talking
Lot
about
of-
some tight ends.
Oh yeah.
A lot
Oh,
of deep
yeah.
balls flying around.
Yeah.
Parts.
Depends on how you sit. Okay,
I
Dustin.
think you got that backwards.
Ooh, okay. Score and game ball and prognostication. And would you like to do the news? And would you like to do the news next week? Because I think we have an opening. I think Brooke left.
I'm sure you do have an opening,
Let's
but
not talk
no.
about Moses' opening. Let's
Oh
move
my
on.
God.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh dear. It's like being back at kindergarten.
Yeah. That's so football,
Penetrating
right? We're
comedy.
talking about football, yeah?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry,
That's all right.
I was distracted. I'm gonna go Seahawks 27, Cardinals 24,
Okay.
which puts us on the over for
Okay.
Vegas stats. And work with me here to let me know if this counts as a prognostication, but I think
Oh,
that
God.
score is going to happen because they go to overtime. I'm calling it an overtime game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Overtime.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Easy.
Woo. Nice.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be good for a heart palpitation. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yep. And because it's going to overtime and the game winner is going to have to be the kicker, I'm going to go with Hauschka.
All right.
Ouch money.
Ooh,
Ouch money.
he's clever.
Sweet. I like it. Oh my God. Okay, Matt.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Would you like to give us
It's,
some information about
can
the
I
game?
just say it's a good job. I'm half good at guessing at trivia because that's the only fame I'm going to get. I'm staying with the guests at 6, and Will's already got his Super Bowl ring ready to go. It's all done, and I can't even. I can't even get a touchdown out of this. You know, I've got
He's
like
kind
2
of the
field
Tom
goals.
Brady of the show. Yeah.
It's just. That's a good job. I'm good at guessing. I reckon that this is going to be an Arizona.
People reckon?
I reckon.
I came in like a wrecking ball. No, I reckon.
Oh, that's where
it's,
that came from. I was going to say. That's,
Arizona 17, Seahawks 23. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, Rain Man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, definitely that. Yeah.
Football. Yeah.
Football rules.
I'm a good driver. I'm
got my
not.
score, Kmart.
I'm not wearing underwear. Okay, go ahead.
Rules. How do you pronounce it over there in the States?
Rolls.
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 We do it the correct way.
Yeah.
Oh!
With none of the right letters.
Whatever.
USA.
American.
So roll. Yeah, he'll get my game ball because I think Lynch is only going to play half the game anyway. And then prognostication, I think we're going to have 2 offsetting penalties.
Oh
Oh
Nice.
my gosh. Double our number.
Double our total for
Double
the
our
year.
number, which is why I think that's a valid prognostication.
It is.
I agree, and that's clever.
That's very clever. I've got to say. And another thing I've got to say is, over here in America, we do things right. So I just,
we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Because we say things the right way over here, not like you English twit.
You do things right. No, you do things right. You're absolutely right.
There you go. I'm proud to be an American, buddy.
It's rich.
And I'll stand up.
You can't play from Toby Keith, dude. Toby Keith.
This coming from a country that's got coming from a country that has taunting dogs as a felony. Carry on.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. It is my turn.
At least our police officers get guns.
Oh, okay. We're also looking for someone. We're also looking for someone in England if they would like to join the show as well, because we're losing people left and right. All right. God, what a massacre! All right.
Like the new Avengers.
Those Billy Club.
Yeah, the new Avengers. Good call. Yeah.
All right, my turn. Big game showdown in the Old West between he who has the crown and he who thinks it's time they wear the crown. But the Cardinals haven't played a defense like ours at home or on the road and fared well at it. They are truly a bottom feeder on offense and defense. And I know you could say the Seahawks have done the same thing, beating up on old bad teams as well. And that might be the case, except in this case, we're home on national television. Cards have to travel on the road. National TV, one of the most hostile places in the NFL. Advantage Seattle. Look for the Seahawks to take full advantage of home cooking. Watch the Seahawk defense have more sacks and turnovers than the Cards defense. That's my prognostication. Watch my game ball recipient, Marshawn Lynch, run over the Honey Badger and his friends. Sadly, watch the network once again show frying fish from the Pike Pike market every single game. They do it. And watch the Seahawks win by a score of Seattle 30, Arizona 17.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Oof.
Take that.
What's the over-under on the amount of times they'll show that last play from the Super Bowl last year?
Oh, dear. Freaking God. Well, my favorite is if we have a big lead at halftime, they're going, in the fourth quarter, they're going to show us all the games that they've blown this year. All right.
Yep. But they'll include the Super Bowl.
Terrible.
They'll start
we'll
with the
see
Super
that
Bowl.
play for the rest of our lives.
My son couldn't stand that play, and after seeing it so much now, he's just sick of it. He's like, not only am I over this, I don't even care anymore because they just keep showing it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Actually, maybe they'll focus on if the Cowboys still have their playoff hopes alive. By then.
Maybe we can keep our fingers crossed for that. Yeah.
I choose to keep.
All right. Well, looks like it does time. So.
Exactly.
It's been the fourth quarter. We might need a new host after this. It looks like it's time.
Taking applications on our Facebook
taking applications for everybody. It looks like it's time to bring another wonderful and amazing 12th Man Fan Jam show to a sad close. Wow. We're so glad you decided to waste some time with us. It was, as usual, a show that raised the bar here at the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, as Matt laughs at that. We certainly hope
come on.
That you laughed a little. Oh, my God. I'm not going there. You laughed a little, and maybe
that's
what
the pre-show was for, apparently.
Yeah, you learned a little something along the way. Oh, my God. What did you learn? You learned the NFL doesn't care if you're colorblind. You learned Ray is going to do some time. You learned the Carson the Carson Ray went cray. I love it. The Carson Stadium project had a lot of musical hits in the 80s. And finally, we learned that Hasselbeck and Whitehurst are reunited, and it feels so good. So, on behalf of my partner in crime, Matt from Merry Old England, our former news hound, Shadowhawk Will, Statsman Mark, and of course, Dustin as the Beaver, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity saying, enjoy the game, and go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
To quote Ric Flair, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Go Hawks!
Let's be the man, everybody.